and 12 assists. His 12 assists are the most in the NBA currently as we speak. And he has, I believe, the second highest assist to turnover ratio. And he also led Indiana to the in-season tournament championship game, by which we're gonna have to do a whole other show on that, the in-season tournament concept and what is rooted in and what it really represents. More so on a two-dimensional level, not really a three-dimensional level, but obviously on a two-dimensional level, it's a money grab. It's a way for the NBA to, in my opinion, still try to generate more revenue ever since what happened with them in China. For contrary to what people know or what they think, the NBA has lost a lot of money ever since the stuff that happened with Daryl Morey and LeBron James over in China. Those that incident that occurred, I guess about 3 years now, almost 4 years now. But listen, the NBA is still trying to generate money off of that, and that's what this NBA in-season tournament does through TV revenue, obviously, and advertisements. Just finding ways to get that money back from China, or that they lost from losing supporters in China. Just trying to make that money up somehow. And Tyrese Haliburton is averaging 26 points and 12 assists. Indiana is one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference at this point. But what are they doing this year that is allowing Haliburton to be successful? And it's three things that they're doing. They're surrounding him with better shooters, better players. When I say better, I mean better players that are better at playing their role. And they're allowing Haliburton to really dictate the offense entirely. And if you look at his usage rate is one of the highest in the league. But you haven't seen this often that his player's usage rate, excuse me, is high, but their turnover ratio isn't high. Like I said, he has a 5-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, which is quite high. I mean, he's only averaging 2 turnovers a game, and which is rare. You normally see guys that play in that sort of system have a high turnover rate, but Haliburton doesn't have that, and that's why this system is working so well. And look at who they added in the offseason. I mean, they added players like Obi Toppin and Bruce Brown, and players that do a great job of running the floor and playing their role. And we obviously Buddy Hield is still there, but even Buddy Hield's usage rate has gone down. Obviously, he's been hurt for a good portion of the season, but when he has played, his usage rate has gone down. So Indiana's completely saying we're gonna go all in on Tyrese Haliburton. Haliburton, you are the offense, you are the system. It's very akin and similar to what Washington did with John Wall and Bradley Beal when they got to the point where he said, "All right, John, you're the offense. We're gonna let everything run through you." And for you guys, remember that there was a 2-year stretch from 2016 to about 2018 before John got hurt. John was an MVP candidate. He was an All-NBA player. He was a All-Star player in the Eastern Conference. He was first in the league in assists that 2016-2017 season for a good portion of that year. And Washington was quote-unquote successful during that time frame. And that's the sort of mold and process that Indiana's following with Tyrese Haliburton, where they say, we're just going to let you run the offense entirely. We're going to let you work the show. Even though you're not the best shooter, we're going to allow you to run the court. We're going to get guys around you that maybe aren't as good talent-wise, but they're great at playing their role, which actually is what makes them great players. Buddy Hield, we're going to take down the usage rate a little bit. But Buddy Hield is such a great shooter. You still have to, as a defense, be honest and close out hard on him. And having Miles Turner down there also makes things a little easier because he's a great shot blocker, great rim protector. obviously good rebounder, and you don't have to run an offense for him. He can get shots on his own. He's averaging 70 points a game, and very rarely do they run any offensive sets for Miles Turner. So Indiana is following the system that, like I said, Washington followed from 2016 to about 2018 with John Wall and Bradley Beal, where they say, John, you're going to run offense. Here you go. Boom. Go. Take it and go. Run the court. Run. And they've surrounded Haliburton with players that just run the lane and run the court and do a great job of pushing tempo. And that, coupled with the fact that obviously Haliburton has developed his game. He's become a much better shooter, not only off the catch but also off the dribbles, which makes him much more effective coming off that P&R. And his confidence has increased, and he's become a better defender. So yes, the system has evolved slightly in Indiana, and they've gotten better talent to fit the system that they want to run with Haliburton. But also, you have to give credit to Haliburton. He's done everything he needs to do as a professional to evolve and take the next steps in his career to be the best player possible. So you have to give him credit for that as well. Now, is he an MVP candidate? In my opinion, listen, I still think Anthony Edwards has been playing the best basketball in the NBA so far. But listen, Haliburton is definitely going to be an all-star. And if he keeps up this level of play, he has the potential to be an all-NBA player this season. But, I would still take De'Aaron Fox. I would still take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I would still take Trae Young. And, obviously, without questioning Kyrie and Dame, I'm just thinking, point guards that I would take over Haliburton. But Haliburton is, no question, he's playing great basketball right now. And we kind of got to get away from this comparison concept. I know it's easy for us to make comparison because, as human beings, we're creatures of habit and order. And comparisons help establish an order and precedent. But we've got to get away from this comparison thing because we have to start looking at these players and their development within themselves and where they've come from. And when you look at it from that perspective, Tyrese Haliburton has shown tremendous growth. And like I said, he's playing great basketball right now, and it's great to see. It's amazing to see what happens when you do put the work ethic in. When you have great work ethic and you put the work in, and you take time honing on your craft and watching film and doing all the necessary things to become a better player. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is Tyrese Haliburton a legitimate MVP candidate? Can he keep up this level of play for the entire season? Let me know what you guys think. But with that being said, guys, that's it for our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a wonderful show. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, so you guys can stay update on all of our latest content. Be sure to follow us on Patreon as well. You can do so by going to patreon.com, clicking on the search bar, and typing in "Sorry to Bother You" show. That way you can gain access to all of our exclusive content that we post daily. And if you'd like to support our network and our company, like I said, you can do so by following the link in the ticker below. It's streamelements.com/sorrytobotheryoushow/tip. None of this is possible without you guys, the fans. We're so grateful and honored for all of the love and support that you show us, and it's an honor to be here. And if you haven't already, guys, if you guys just question anything that I'm saying, go ahead and type in Alyssa Pili in Utah full game film so you can see what I'm talking about. And type in Indiana Pacers Tyrese Haliburton full game film so you can see what I'm talking about, where Indiana has followed that mold of what Washington did with John Wall from 2016 to 2018 before he got hurt. I think you guys would find that that's pretty apropos. But like I said, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think in the chat room as well. With that being said, guys, we'll be back again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show. So until then, guys, continue to stay safe, be vigilant, make smart decisions, and peace.